Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, starts with a weather impact alert.
Now at 6, we're on flood watch for the night. Showers and storms will touch down just about everywhere in Connecticut, but especially hardest in the western part of the state. Our weather team issued a weather impact alert. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. It's not so bad right now, but those showers are expected to intensify, and Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is tracking those storms for us.
So, Rach, what are you seeing, or what do we expect later tonight?
I think the areas that are the hardest hit right now include Fairfield County, and there are parts of the state that have not seen a single drop of rain. This is really hit or miss in nature. So far, there have been some flash flooding reports around Waterbury, also in northern Fairfield County, and earlier there was quite a bit of heavy rain that was moving through the Hartford area with some ponding there as well. A flash flood warning remains in effect for northern Fairfield County. I think they will allow that to expire soon. As you can see, the heaviest rain has already moved to the south of that area, so now it's moving into Monroe and Oxford. We hope it does not move back into Waterbury. It looks like it's generally moving to the east, and lots of lightning here moving into lower Fairfield County. Already 2 inches have fallen and more rain is coming. So it is slow going. If you know somebody who's trying to go on I-95 right now through lower Fairfield County, I would recommend they just waited this one out. And we also have some strong storms that are coming down into Litchfield County too. So the bottom line is that the flooding threat is greatest in western Connecticut. It really diminishes farther east, and it will diminish as we head towards and after sunset as well. Following that, we got to talk about the heat, your full forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Rachel. And because of how hot and humid it will be this week, the state is activating the hot weather protocol beginning tomorrow at noon. So this will be in effect until 8 Friday night. This means cooling centers will be open to keep everyone safe from the extreme heat. For information on cooling centers and where to find the closest one to you, dial 211 or visit 211ct.org. We have that information available at fox61.com.
The man convicted of killing his girlfriend and the mother of his missing child will spend decades in prison. Jose Morales learned his fate today, nearly 3 months after a jury found him guilty of murdering Christine Holloway. The killing happened in 2019. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules was in the courtroom in Milford today and has reaction to the ruling.
Christine Holloway's family appeared in court to read their victim impact statements. They told the judge exactly what Christine meant to them and how losing her completely devastated their family.
Every day I have to think to myself how another human being can take another person's life. And then I realize he's not a human being. He's nothing but a monster.
Christine Holloway's loved ones gathered in the courtroom wearing T-shirts with her picture on the front and a photo of Vanessa Morales, Holloway's missing infant daughter, on the back. Her aunt, Anna Radonsky, described her niece for the judge as she read her victim impact statement.
My beautiful, brilliant, kind, caring, spiritual niece was brutally murdered on 12/2/2019.
She recalled the experience planning Holloway's funeral as traumatizing.
We had to ask if they could dig the hole a little deeper in case Vanessa would be joining her. Nobody should ever have to think about asking that question. Nobody.
Holloway's brother, Stephen Holloway, was also in the courtroom. He read a letter from their mother.
It was December 2nd, 2019. My life changed completely. I couldn't believe my daughter was dead and my granddaughter was missing. I had to stop going to work and just try to go on to accept what happened. I had many sleepless nights, nightmares, weight gain, anxiety, stressful days, and depression.
Morales was found guilty of murder in Holloway's 2019 death. He was also convicted of tampering with evidence. Supervisory Assistant State's Attorney Howard Stein described the crime in court as brutal.
This crime was a case of domestic violence at its worst. At least 8 separate and distinct blows to her head, with an instrument that left distinct 1-inch circular bruises and indentations and fractures in the skull of Christine Holloway.
Stein also mentioned the many hours Morales spent attempting to clean up the crime scene. Morales said that while he was high on PCP, attackers came into his home, killed Holloway, and left with his child Vanessa. 5 years later, Vanessa has still never been found. Judge Sherry Murphy was clear to note that the sentencing was not impacted by Vanessa's disappearance. Murphy gave Morales a chance to speak, but he declined. Stein asked the judge to give Morales life in prison while the defense asked for a 35-year sentence. Ultimately, the judge gave Morales a sentence of 65 years in prison.
The facts of this case, along with your criminal history, Mr. Morales, leave this court to believe that you have no regard for the rule of law and a callous disregard for human life.
After the sentencing, the Holloway family said they will never give up hope on finding Vanessa.
Now the next big step that we have to face is finding Vanessa and bringing her home.
Morales has not been charged in the disappearance of his daughter. In Milford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
2 people were killed in a crash in Colchester yesterday. 4 others were hurt, and one of them, a pregnant woman, was flown to the hospital by Lifestar. Fox 61's Solene Arif spoke to some neighbors who live there who say they're concerned about road safety.
On this stretch of Route 16, the speed limit is 45 miles per hour. One family who's lived in the area for decades says it's not uncommon to see cars go well over that limit. On Sunday afternoon, Barbara Bransford was playing with her granddaughter in their front yard when she says she heard a driver rev their engine.
And it wasn't seconds after I heard him speed up that we heard screeching, and then we heard bang, 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 as if what you hear on a highway when there's like a multi-car crash. It was just horrible.
She says she knew right away the situation wasn't good. State police say 2 people died in the crash. They've been identified as 28-year-old Jennifer Lineback of Norwich and 27-year-old Carlos Bayer of Colchester. A pregnant woman was also flown to Hartford Hospital by Lifestar.
I feel for all the people that this is involving. I've been praying for them. I just hope everybody's okay.
Bransford says she's lived in the neighborhood for more than 30 years. Her backyard is up against Route 16. She says this isn't the first crash in her neighborhood.
When I'm pulling out to go right, there's a hill, so the cars just, all of a sudden you think there's nobody there, and then when you look at your rearview mirror, there's somebody right on your tail. It's very fast. The traffic's fast on this road.
A lot of this stretch on Route 16 has do not pass signs, but Nick Bransford says he still sees people pass. The route also has multiple cross streets that go into neighborhoods like the Bransfords. Despite that, Nick says people still treat it like a major highway.
I mean, I think having a light or some kind of light, something that gets everyone's attention out here to know that there's intersections here that are on blind corners and hill crests.
For now, the investigation is ongoing. If you have any information, you can give state police a call or email. We have that information on our website at fox61.com. Reporting in Colchester, Solene Arif, Fox 61.
Pretty terrifying. Kind of just a whirlwind of trying to figure out what's happening, how this could happen in such a major way. Very, very scary.
Well, tonight, 9 people are dead and at least 30 people are hurt after flames tore through an assisted living center in Fall River, Massachusetts. The building is boarded up and more than 60 people need to find another place to sleep tonight. The fire started around 9:50 last night at the Gabriel House. The center is less than an hour from the Connecticut border. A Massachusetts firefighters union says inadequate staffing hindered the response. Firefighters say they could have saved more lives with more manpower. Molly Line has the latest.
I really thought I was going to die. I thought I would because I thought there was no way out.
Reaction from elderly residents who survived a deadly fire at an assisted living facility in Fall River.
I opened the window as far as I could, and then I hung out the window yelling, help, help, second floor.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, people running out everywhere.
About 70 elderly people in various states of health trapped inside the Gabriel House facility as flames and smoke traveled throughout the building. The rescue was complicated.
These are people who were not able to move themselves, and therefore the work that the fire and police and EMS did to get people out was truly amazing.
It's a super labor-intensive and manpower-intensive operation.
About 50 firefighters responded, including 30 who were off duty.
It's horrifying to think about what happened in the middle of the night, to get out through windows, the firefighters coming up ladders, hauling people down in any way possible to get them out of the building, the panic.
Survivors say they're grateful to be alive, but some residents express frustration with the staff's efforts during the emergency.
And they left us alone and ran out into the parking lot, and that made me very angry.
Officials are investigating how the fire started. In Fall River, Molly Line, Fox 61.
Waterbury police identified a suspect who they say shot and killed a teen girl last Friday. That man is not in custody as of now. Officials say 40-year-old Shamar Atwater shot 17-year-old Charisma Fox on Willow Street around 2:45 in the morning, and she died at the hospital. Investigators say the shooting happened after a disturbance among a large group of people. Call police if you know where Atwater may be.
Well, a man's in the hospital right now. Police say he was stabbed at the fast track station in Hartford just a few hours ago. Officials say he was stabbed around 2:10 at the station on Sigourney Street. We're told he's expected to be okay. Investigators say they'll give out more updates once we learn more, or they will learn more, that is. This is the second stabbing at the station in the last month and a half.
New London police have identified the victim of a brutal assault on Coleman Street. They say the 41-year-old man remains in critical condition at the hospital. The attack happened July 7th inside the victim's apartment. Investigators say he was found unconscious with serious facial injuries. They say this does not appear to be a random act, and they are still working to track down the person responsible. If you know anything about the attack, call police.
Bridgeport police say an 81-year-old woman died last night after a car hit her and then drove off. Officers say Angela Pagan was walking on Park and Maplewood Avenue around 9:30. They say the driver hit her with their car and then kept going. Pagan died in the hospital an hour later. Police are still searching for that driver.